I look horrible. I'm so tired. I've been wanting to start a vlog channel for a while, and honestly, at this rate, I don't know what to talk about because I've never vlogged before, so I thought I would start off with my lovely job at Amazon warehouse. That is like a toxic relationship for me. I would just like to say Amazon can suck my ass on a Tuesday night if they think I'm going to continue to pick in that department that I was in. That department alone today has to fill 30,000 units. You know who can fill 30,000 units? The whole fucking warehouse, not 4 girls. Yeah, I hate my job. That I've been going to on and off for the past 5 years. Every time I have worked at Amazon, I've had a mental breakdown every single time. And the only reason why I came back to this job is because I bought a car, my very first car, and it has been sitting since June. It's now November. I bought the car, it was like $2,000. I was under the impression that the only thing that it needed was a tune-up, the regular maintenance, new brakes, and new struts. Cool, I can handle that. No, that's not all it needed. I've had so many issues with that car. My alternator is going out. It got so bad, it was at the point where if I turned the car off, I took the key out of the ignition, the car would not turn off. Thankfully, my dad is a mechanic, but he lives in Jersey, I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's been a lot. But whenever I have an issue, I have to call him and ask, hey, the car is doing this, what does that mean? My car is the first time he's ever heard of an instance where you take the fucking key out the ignition and the car didn't turn off. So he had to tell me over the phone how to unplug the battery. So at that rate, every time I turned my car off, I had to go under the hood to physically unplug it in order to turn my car off. What else? My wiper motor went out, so my windshield wipers don't work. That was very fun to drive in sleet and rain with no wipers. What is it called? The water pump went out. He replaced that. Also the guy I bought it from installed a false alarm because he wanted a push start car. I have a 2008 Dodge Avenger RT. It is not a push start car. But whoever this dude went to get that installed was just under the hood unplugging shit to plug shit back in to rewire the whole car to have that alarm in, which is why my car didn't turn off when the key was out of ignition. That's why my wipers didn't work. Oh, also, and around that time when the car wouldn't turn off properly, if I turned my lights on and off, the car would turn on and off. What else? Ugh, my engine is leaking. So whenever I turn it on, there's like a very strong burn smell that would freak me out so much that I thought, I don't know, maybe the car is just gonna explode with me driving home from work. Like at this rate, anytime I get in a car where something is off, where I smell something or one of the dashboard lights come on, I get anxiety because I am traumatized by my car, which is great. So because that is my first car, I figured, well, Amazon pays a lot of money. I know the job. I've been there before. Why don't I go back there so I can afford to fix my car? Because the job that I had before, I was working at Walmart part-time and I was only getting paid $200 a week. I don't like people. I do not like customer service. And the fact that I'm only making $200 a week and I'm spending Ubers back and forth to work, which is $30 there and back, I wasn't making any money. So I thought going back to Amazon for the fucking 4th time would be a good thing. I had it set in my mind that, okay, I know this job. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna move up. I can do problem solve. I already have training in PIT because all the other 3 times that I've been working at Amazon for the last 3 years, I was a order picker. I was driving the forklift. I didn't want to do that. But so now I'm doing receive. Receive is where everything that comes off the truck, so the delivery people come in with the truck, they park at the warehouse, and everything that is offloaded into the warehouse comes down the conveyor belt. And receivers are receiving all of those stuff into the warehouse, so that way it can go to the other departments. I can do prep. Prep is like a step above receive, where sometimes stuff needs to be bubble wrapped or stuff needs a separate ASIN, whatever. You're preparing the box to go into the warehouse. I can do problem solve. I can do problem solve and decant. But It's weird. They trained me. They were like so heavily training me to do problem solve and then never asked me to do it again. All the other associates that do problem solve have not done problem solve, so I don't know what's going on there. I can do tug. So tug is where, so receive is inbound. So it's on one side of the warehouse. So everything is inbound, outbound. Stuff coming in, stuff coming out. So with tug, when you're scanning everything into cages and they get full and you put them to the side, the tuggers come in and they take those cages and take them down to the other side of the warehouse to drop off in V&A. And that's for the stowers. So those are the people in charge of taking stuff out of the cages and putting them in the shelves. So then the order pickers can come out, take that shit out, give it to the packers. There's a whole internal system where one department moves into the next for that to come out of the warehouse and goes to the people ordering their shit online. So with that aspect, I am happy that I was able to move up, but then at the same time, I have learned how the warehouse works, and I can see, especially as a tugger, I can see when shit gets backed up, it's because one department is not speaking to the other. So all of the managers, all of the PAs have walkie-talkies so they can communicate to each other. They don't do it. So say like if V&A is being overloaded because there's so many fucking cages and there's not enough stores to take that shit back, and us as the tuggers, we're still continuing to take stuff down because Receive needs that space and they also need empty cages so they can do their job. If Receive slows down, the whole warehouse slows down. If that side of the warehouse slows down, we slow down. So we go to the managers who are literally in the middle of the warehouse, hey, there's not enough space down there. It's too crowded. Can you tell them to slow down? Or we'll be like, okay, we need more people down there taking the shit out so we can bring more cages down. They don't do it. What they will do, in every side of the warehouse, it takes 5 minutes to walk down. So instead of picking up the walkie-talkies to communicate, hey, what does it look like down there? They will physically walk to go see for themselves because for whatever reason they don't believe 4 tuggers coming to them saying there's a problem down there. Instead of walkie-talking each other, they'll go walk down there to go see what's wrong. The only time they do listen to us to stop, say like if Receive needs to stop for a bit because it's just so jammed down there, once it's at a problem where we can't bring down any cages, so now people are having time off tasks because they're just standing there, there's no cages, they can't do their job, then they'll be like, oh, okay, now's the time to stop. That's been a problem, that's been stressful for me. It's not that bad. Like, sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and do your job. This is out of my control. My only job is to bring those cages down. I'm doing my job. Y'all handle that. But I'm pissed off now because I went on a leave of absence in October. It is November 18th, and I went on a leave of absence from October 1st to the 11th. DLS, who was its disability and leave, they're in charge of all the leave of absences, correcting punches, ERC, whatever. I went on leave. I had my doctor's note to come back to work. I thought everything was cool beans because I've been at work for a month now with no issue. So all of a sudden, last week, my entire schedule for the rest of the year was gone. And I'm like, hello? Why can't I come back to work? So they told me, oh, you don't have the proper doctor's note because I extended my leave for 3 more days. It ended the 7th. I had vertigo. It ended the 7th and I was still dizzy. I didn't want to be at work feeling like that, so I extended it 3 more days. That day should have been the day that the DLS agent told me, hey, since you're extending it, you're going to need a second doctor's note, so your return to work date matches in our system. Cool, I can do that. But they never said anything for a whole month. So the reason why my schedule was locked out because I needed that second doctor's note. That's odd. I never had to do that before. Whatever. So in the middle of me getting my doctor's note, my case manager, who is a fucking ghost to me at this point because I have no idea who that person is, just some random, approved my leave from a month ago. So they made me miss an entire week of work. So when you miss work, that's UPT. That's unpaid time off. So I missed 40 hours of UPT because they told me I couldn't come into work. When your schedule is gone and DLS tells you can't come into work, your badge is not going to work, so you can't clock in. So while I'm home waiting for my doctor to fax back my doctor's note, they approved my leave from a fucking month ago and took my UPT. So that was another issue. So I'm calling these people. And another thing that's really fucking iffy, when you call them, every single phone call says, this phone call is being recorded for quality and training purposes, every single time. But they don't write anything down. So when you're communicating to them, you're asking all of these questions, they're not writing any of this down. So if you have an issue, the next DLS agent can see, oh, this happened on this day, you spoke to this person. They can see that and think, oh, okay, no. I had 3 different agents tell me that I couldn't come into work without that doctor's note. I finally get in touch with this one lady, and she told me that none of that needed to happen. There was no reason for you to stay home. You do not need a doctor's note. You can go back to work tomorrow. Then you just wasted my fucking time. Peak is starting. You just wasted my time. You just made me miss a whole fucking week of work for nothing. Whatever. Just give me my hours back, because you're all the ones that told me to stay home. My hours were supposed to be reimbursed. They never reimbursed it to me. So I had called him again and asked, hey, what's going on? And the dude was trying to make it seem like, oh, we never told you to do that. You just took a week off from work. Excuse me? Excuse me. Why the fuck would I just take a week off from work like that? So I had to physically, on one of my days off, I had to go to the job to go talk to the head of HR and my manager to explain what's happening. And then this morning, I get another email that the paperwork that they sent me does not provide the right information. Am I supposed to search that shit by myself and send it to y'all? You are in charge of sending me the paperwork that I need to give back to you so you can close my goddamn case from a month ago. So, this has been my life. This has been my life, and it is great. And I love every part of it. I'm at a point where I do not know what to do with myself. I genuinely don't. I'm 26 years old. I only have like $500 to my name, and that's probably not gonna last long. I do not have a car, and I'm at a job that I hate. I barely see the sun because I'm night shift. It's, what time is it? Because I have to get ready. It's about to be 4 o'clock. I'm getting ready for work. It's great. I don't see the sun. I don't have a lot of time to myself. I can't even just go for a drive if I'm stressed out. I hate being 26. I feel like I'm going through a second puberty that's just punching me in the face at every given time, at every chance that it has, and I don't like it. No one fully prepares you. I don't think anyone can fully prepare you for real life. And not to sound dismal or like depressive, but I am depressed, but I remember when I graduated from high school, after we threw up our caps and everyone was cheering and so exciting, I felt so much dread because I knew that all of the people here next to me, the people that I have been with since I was 12 years old, I'm probably never going to speak to again. Thankfully, I have my best friend who's spoken to me. She ain't going anywhere. She's my family, but I knew everybody else because I always wanted that huge friend group, but I knew all of these people weren't going to speak to me again. And overall, I just couldn't see my future. Like, I know what I want to do. I want to be a singer, and I want to do tattoos, and I want to get paid for making art. That's all I care to do. But anything outside of that, like a regular job to pass time so I can be able to get to that point, I have no idea what I want to do, which is why I'm working at a fucking warehouse, and I feel miserable. Like, they tell you to dream big as a kid, and you're like, okay, let me dream big, and then the reality is like, no ma'am, no. So that might just be my perception, my way of thinking, but you can dream big, but there's a limit. There's definitely a limit, and I'm feeling it, and it is harsh. I wish I was one of those people who had more opportunities, but I live in fucking Pennsylvania. It ain't a lot of options out here. Sure, Philly, but I am damn near 2 hours away from Philly, so that's not an option either. And I'm just at a loss. Genuinely at a loss. I'm stressed the hell out. I can't sleep anymore. I only sleep 2 hours, 4 hours max. Oh, and also, I just moved in to my first place. I finally moved out of my mom's house, and I moved into my own place with my boyfriend. And as soon as we move in, they start construction literally right behind us. It's quiet at night. That's cool. I'm not here at night. But when I have to sleep, it is constant noise. There's a train track right there. So I got the fucking train. I got people driving, blaring their fucking engines for no reason, going down the city. I got the highway right there, and then I got construction right there. So I feel like I'm just hearing so much noise constantly that I'm starting to go genuinely insane. Because at work, it's constant noise, and then when I come home, it's constant noise, and my brain just... So yeah, that has been my life. I've been trying to really put some thought into where I want to work, where I will not feel miserable. I can't do customer service, I can't do warehouse, but right now that is what my resume looks like. Especially warehouse. I am building a resume to continue to stay in a warehouse business, and I do not want to do that. Physically, it's not that bad, but it's the mental. It is the mental that drives you insane. Like, there are some people in there who genuinely love the job, and on a good day, the job is fun. On a good day, I love the people. Everyone there is awesome. Everyone is fucking friendly as hell. So it's not that long to find people to talk to. It's just a job itself. Once you stop talking and your energy dies off and you're being overloaded from all the boxes coming down, you have nothing to do but just think. And it's horrible. So, I don't know. 10 years ago, I did not know what my future looked like, and nothing has changed. I have an idea of what I want my future to look like. I just don't know how to get there. The most that I can do is just continue to create my music and put it on YouTube, because I don't have time to self-promote right now. The people who are self-promoting and they're actually gaining attraction, that is a job within itself that I genuinely just do not have time for right now. I guess me getting the idea to vlog is to at least try to implement myself into that environment. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I feel awkward as hell. I usually just ramble on my phone to myself just to keep video diaries to myself, so maybe one day I can look back and see where my life was at that time. But I don't know. I'm kind of just doing shit just to do it right now. So that's one way to start an introduction, I guess. I'm gonna finish getting ready for work and continue to dread my life as I usually do, and wait until it's 4:30 in the morning so I can come back home. Bye. So I had time to sit down and I realized that video is not how I want to have an introduction to a vlog channel. I don't know, maybe it'll change later. But I am about to do my edges and finish getting ready for work, so you guys get to watch if I can find all my shit. What am I missing? I think I have everything. So I get a lot of questions at work about how I do my edges, because I always have them done most of the time. I was kind of not gonna do it because I feel like my forehead's too big, but I thought, why not? I have extra time. But I use Got2b glue on top of, I think this is pronounced Eben, this thing. And I use Baskin Lather from TikTok, it smells really nice. What am I looking for? I don't know. But I usually layer these three on top. I don't know where this video is going. I'm just trying to record shit so I have something to post, I guess. Let me close this. I don't know where to put the phone. I don't know where to put this. Can I put this here? Hopefully that's not going to stay. I am an airhead majority of the time. So if I come off spacey, it's because I am. So I'm gonna get my little phone pillow thing. My mom got this. I don't know where the fuck she got this from. I'm gonna see if this works, because I always wanted to do an edge tutorial. That's not gonna work either. Okay. Are you gonna stay? Ah! Okay. I don't know what to do. Alright, let's see if this works. If I just shove it in a little towel rack, maybe it'll stay upright. So yeah, as I was saying, so I use those three things, and then I have my little headband to tie my hair back, and then my little silk wrap to wrap my edges. Because a lot of the times, like when I talk to girls and they say, like, especially at work, they say they do their edges, and then by the time like a few hours go by, they're all lifting and sweated out. I'm like, yeah, I gotta tie that shit down, because I be sweating too. You just gotta tie it down. I feel like knowing the right formula, because majority of the time for me, one edge control does not work. But I would be in there looking exactly like how they do too, but you gotta find the right edge controls for you that work well together, because more often than not, one edge control is not gonna work. I usually have box braids. I had my hair out for 4 months now just to see how it's doing. My ends are really heat damaged, and I'm kind of sad about that, because this is the longest my hair has ever been. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, I burnt my ends because I have fine hair, and I didn't realize I didn't need to straighten my hair at 410 every 3 days. So the ends are kind of thin, all about right here. You can see all that. That's healthy hair, and then my ends are just falling out. So I'm kind of sad. I'm about to put my hair back in box braids. I usually keep them in braids. It's not healthy for your ends because it causes split ends, which I have. I don't like doing my hair all the time. I don't like having it out. I don't like having it touch me. So I'm trying to be a natural girly, a happy natural girly. I just have no idea what the fuck to do with my hair because the natural hairstyles don't look right on me because I fucked up my hair, and that's no one's fault but mine. Thankfully, the silk presses have been somewhat staying. My hair is hydrated. It's never really been hydrated before, even when I was getting perms. Shit was crunchy. Shit was falling out. It never grew past the nape of my neck. So I'm happy with the length. I'm just sad that it's heat damaged. So I can feel myself getting irritated, having to constantly worry about my hair. Whatever. Regardless, so I have 2 brushes. I usually use one of these. Sometimes they don't work all the time. They always snap right here. So this one is like the best edge control brush that I have ever had. I fucking love this thing. So I don't really have any particular order. I usually start off with one of these 2 to lay them down. And then once I need it to be tacky and I really need it to stick, that's when I'll use the Got2b glue. So I'm taking my E-bin. Let me just lather them baby hairs. I haven't done my edges in like a week because sometimes if I have really sensitive skin and I'm breaking out now because I'm stressed the hell out, which is why my skin looks like this. It doesn't normally look like this. Only when I'm stressed fuck out and hormones. I have PMDD, which is like PMS on crack. It's so horrible. But I usually don't like to do it all the time because having all this stuff on my skin makes me break out, especially if I don't wash it off that same night. And I have a bad habit of being lazy and I just come home. I'll wash my face, but I won't wash my edges, and I just go to bed, and then I wake up the next morning with pimples. I was like, well, you should have washed it off. Another thing that's annoying, which is why I don't like my hairline, because it's so far back, which is why I lay my edges, because I got a big ass forehead. But I don't even have like a real widow's peak. It's just like a little tuft of hair that I don't know what to do with. I wasn't blessed with one of those pretty hairlines where I can just go outside and be happy with the shape of my forehead. It's kind of hard to do this in the phone because I can't really see. Oh, and I did my nails. I do my own nails. Okay. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see through the camera, so I just gotta go back and forth. And then once I'm done laying it down, I take my Got2b glue and then I go over it as like another coating. I have the spray too. I'll sometimes use the spray. But I've noticed with these 2 edge controls in particular, if I use the spray, it'll just get wet and recurl back up, so the paste is better. And this one is better than the clear one. I used the clear one time and I returned that shit back. I'm not using this. Alright, and then once I'm done, these are my edges. I gotta let them dry or else they'll stick back up like they're trying to do now. It's fine. I take my silk wrap, I fold it. Make sure there's no creases in there, because if it's creases, it'll imprint my forehead. And then I just lay that beach on top. So while I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna go figure out what to eat for breakfast dinner, because my breakfast is everyone else's dinner. And probably just bullshit for the next half an hour until it's time to leave. And then I don't know if I usually like to just talk to my phone when I'm alone. My boyfriend's out donating plasma right now. So I'll probably update about my car. I don't know where this video is going. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck to talk about, just so I have something to post. Oh, I do want to get into my music because that's the main reason why I created a YouTube channel, was just so I could post, and now I don't really post my music, so I guess I can have an introduction of myself, of that side of me. Maybe talk about my writing process, how I usually write my music, because it is pretty cool. For my opinion, it is pretty cool, because I do all the shit by myself. I am my own producer. I definitely want to create my own video of like how to do your own music online, because I know a lot of people don't know where to start, and I know that can be really daunting. It was daunting for me at first too, but once the pandemic hit, I ended up writing a whole album by myself in my bedroom. I haven't posted the full thing because it ain't finished, even though that was 5 years ago now, but that's why I'm doing this now, because I'm trying to hold myself accountable and actually post. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to be in this video. I think I'm just going to use this as something to talk to, something to do. So I'll come back once my edges are dry so you can see them, and I guess that's it for now. So alright, so let me show you my hair real quickly because it's getting close, getting ready to go. If I can find the knot. Alright, just brush it back down, and it's my edges. And that's it. Sometimes I do get like tacky looking, like ashy, so I'd go over it with a baby wipe and clean that up so it doesn't look like gross. But yeah.